11 at 6.
Bristol, Virginia is now ground zero in a casino battle royale. Good evening, I'm Sarah Diamond.
I'm Josh Smith. On the eve of the new session of the Virginia General Assembly, in which lawmakers could pave the way for casino gambling in Bristol, a second group today announced plans to build a casino and resort right along the Tennessee-Virginia state line. The Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians announced an agreement to develop and operate a proposed casino in Washington County, Virginia, adjacent to the Pinnacle retail development. It would be located on a 350-acre tract of land and would include a 15,000-seat outdoor concert venue, recreational facilities, and a hotel.
The proposed site is less than 2 miles away from a casino and resort site at the former Bristol, Virginia Mall. That project will be operated by Hard Rock. Other plans for the mall property and its use by Hard Rock have not been revealed.
Jackie DeFusco joins us live tonight with continuing coverage of our top story. She reveals some are voicing opposition to the rival proposals.
Josh and Sarah, I'm standing on the property where the proposed resort and casino announced today could be located, but for any project to move forward, the General Assembly will first have to legalize casino gambling in the Commonwealth. Bristol, Virginia City Manager Randall Eads says the casino proposal announced Tuesday is late to the game.
There's an old saying that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
In the fall of 2018, city leaders unanimously endorsed a casino and resort on the site of the old Bristol Mall. Eads says an area this small can sustain 2 casinos less than 2 miles away from each other.
This announcement today could hurt all of Southwest Virginia, and that is something I do not want to happen. Southwest Virginia must work together and not against one another in order for true economic development to occur in our region.
Last year, the Virginia General Assembly voted to study the impact of casino gambling in 5 designated localities. The proposal for the Bristol Mall was among the projects analyzed ahead of the 2020 session. Bristol, Virginia Mayor Neil Osborne fears the project near the Pinnacle could derail legislative progress.
It throws a wrench into the process that we're already well into. And it could put us at risk.
The attorney representing the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians casino proposal says the best project should be chosen through a competitive process created by the General Assembly.
Some may want to be first in the door and then close the door to competition so that they're the only voice at the table. That's how you get bad casinos. And as I said before, the only thing worse than no casinos is bad casinos. The right way to do this is having an open, transparent process where all potential casino proposals get evaluated.
Both projects will have to overcome widespread opposition from the religious community in a potential local referendum.
It's very disappointing to hear that now there's not only one casino proposal, but now 2. We already live in a poverty-stricken area. There's already a lot of addiction here.
Now, we reached out to Pinnacle developer Steve Johnson. He is collaborating with the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians on this proposed casino. He didn't immediately respond, but he did say in a press release earlier today that he's looking forward to collaborating with lawmakers in Richmond to make this happen. For now, live in Bristol, I'm Jackie DeFusco. Back to you guys.
Jackie, thank you very much. Now, the group proposing to bring the Bristol Resort and Casino to the former Bristol Mall location issued a statement today. They said they will continue the hard work of making that project a reality.
In a statement to News Channel 11, Alliance Group stated in part, today's announcement, hours before the start of the 2020 General Assembly session, does not change our focus, end quote. You can read the complete statement. It's on our website, WJHL.com.
And again, before people can even begin playing the odds in casinos anywhere in Virginia, state law must change.
Last year, the General Assembly approved legislation for a study to determine the impact of proposed casinos. This year, lawmakers will consider House Bill 374 and Senate Bill 102. If approved, the legislation would allow casinos in some economically distressed cities, including Bristol. But public referendums would give residents the final vote, allowing them to be the deciding factor. The Virginia General Assembly convenes in Richmond tomorrow at noon. Governor Ralph Northam will begin his State of the Commonwealth address at 7 in the evening.